alaikum, people listening and watching. You're tuning into the Let's Walk podcast. I am your host, Ataur Rahman, and today's guest is Mohammed Abdul Nasir. He's joining me all the way from UK, and he'll be sharing his journey. And I'm more than happy to have you, Mohammed. Yeah, it's going to be amazing, inshallah.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Hart. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I mean, you've done incredible stuff, with your podcast. So it's an honor to be here. And I was actually looking forward to it for a couple of days. So it's finally great to be on it.
Finally, Alhamdulillah. So, we start the episode with a sort of a controversial question all the time. So, my controversial question for you is mentors versus books.
Right. So mentors versus. So first of all, I'm someone that honestly people usually claim, oh, I'm self-made or XYZ. I am definitely far from that. A lot of people contributed to the man that I am today, and a lot of people will also be contributing to the man that I will be. A wise man once said, "Smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of other people." So I would highly recommend everybody on this, watching this to be, don't forget being smart, be wise, okay, and take advice from other people. So definitely the question of mentors versus books. Here's that to answer that question, I want you to understand, the definition of success, right? A lot of people, when they look at their success, okay, they think, for example, hey, a yes is a success for me, and no is the other way around, right? So they separate they put yes, with the connotations of success, and no with the connotations of failure. But the reality, when you actually understand and study this whole journey, this whole thing called life, what you will discover is, in most cases, it's actually not two paths, but rather one path, which happens to be the no just comes along the way, right? But ultimately, a no leads to a yes. So ultimately, every no is contributing to your yes, right? To your success. So when it comes to books and mentors, right? So here's the thing: you can either be a student of life or not to be. If you want to be a student of life, what you will have to understand is mentors, okay, and books go hand in hand to your success, whatever your success is. Okay, for Mr. Atta, it could be getting this podcast to be viewed by 500,000 people every single month. If that is his goal, okay, everything that comes along the way is contributes to that goal, both the negative and the positive, both the disadvantage and the disadvantage, both the people that agree with it and the people that don't agree with it, right? So, for example, me personally, I have mentors that are alive right now. Okay, one of my favorite mentors is an individual called Abu Bakr Hassan. Okay, you can search him on Instagram. Okay, very humble individual, very successful financially, has been able to build mosque, has been able to take care of his family, right? Has been able to be financially free, where he doesn't have to worry about money for now about 6 years or 6 7 years or so, right? Someone like that is holding me hand in hand, teaching me about things that I need to learn about my about my faith. Every time I have questions about my faith, regarding my faith, I ask him. When it comes to business, right, we talk every single day, most cases 3 4 times a day. Okay, every single week we're on calls, every single month we're meeting, right? Someone like that is a mentor that is alive. Another mentor of mine is an individual called Mr. Rashid. Okay, same thing, 28 years old, young individual, okay, impacting my life in a positive way. Why? Because he's been able to impact tens and tens of thousands of people, right? Another individuals, for example, are like Greg Provenzano, right? The owner of our company, right? Another individual is Mr. Larry Raskin, right? These are individuals that are playing a huge role, impacting tens and tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds and millions of people. Does that make sense? Right? Then I have individuals, okay, that are currently, okay, in my mentor list. I have 30 people, okay? I have 30 people, and if you're part of that 30 people, if you tell me, Mohammed, stop using your right hand to write and write with your left hand, I'm not asking. Let's go. Right? Why? The reason you're on that, the list of those 30 people is because you have been able to get results that I haven't. Right? Those 30 people, number one stands Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? Number one, he says something, no questions asked, done. Right? Abu Bakr Qasim tells me something, no questions asked, done. Right? Another individual, okay, is Napoleon Hill. died a long time ago, okay? But with his book, Think and Grow Rich, has been impacting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people every single month, right? Individual like him, I'm learning life principles, right? I'm learning specialized knowledge. I'm learning the power of believing. I'm learning the power of faith. I'm learning the power of leadership, right? I have never met Napoleon Hill. That are tens and tens and tens of years before I was born, right? But he's the mentor of mine. He made it to the list, right? Another individual is Jim Rohn, right? The great Jim Rohn, right? I haven't had the opportunity to meet him, but I have 3 of his books. I listen to his audio tapes every single day. I listen to his live videos every time, right? That was recorded while he was alive, right? Another individual is Mr. L. Schoff, right? There's only one audio tape of that individual. He's never written a book, right? He died a multi-millionaire impacting millions of lives, right? Another individual is Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie had 2 missions in life. Number 1 was to make as much money as possible, which he did. And number 2 was to donate it all, which he did, right? I never had the opportunity to meet that individual. But one of my favorite books is his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, okay? How to Stop Worrying and Start Living Life, right? So here's the thing. You should not separate books and mentors. They go hand in hand, because what you want is, who do you have to become to get to your results? Right? Who do I have to become? Right? If I want to become a pilot that earns $500,000 every single year, I need books written by pilots that were born generations before me. Right? I need to know currently people that are in the space. So books help you, with the presence of having someone. It's like books are my best friend. Right now, I'm reading John C. Maxwell's Developing the Leader Within You. Right? This book, I would have to pay hundreds of thousands of pounds to be mentored by John C. Maxwell. This individual has written 80 books on leadership. So if I don't have hundreds of thousands of pounds, no problem. I have his books. I have him 24 hours with me. Do you see? So books and mentors go hand in hand. That's my answer for that.
That's, you put it really nice, and even though, like you mentioned, we can't get the mentors themselves, we have their essence in a book, and that's a really nice way you put it. And I've seen a couple of your videos, and you come up as more regimented and more disciplined person. Am I right in saying that?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yep. I've seen your videos, and you come off as a more disciplined and regimented person. Like, you have non-negotiable rules. Like, so am I right in saying that?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, right? I read a book by an individual called Ray Dalio, okay? And in that book, he wrote, the book's titled Principles, okay? This individual, okay, is one of the most successful hedge fund owners ever, right? When it comes to investing, right? It's crazy because the last 5 financial crises, okay? The last 5. If you invested with Warren Buffett, you would have made money 4 times and lost once, okay? You would have made money 4 times and lost once. If you invested with Ray Dalio, all 5 times you would have made money. So look, this individual, he's only worth a couple of billions, even though people know Warren Buffett. His mentality, the way he thinks, the way he looks at money, the way he looks at investing is so different to Warren Buffett, right? And in his book, Principles, he doesn't tell you his principles. He shares with these principles, but he doesn't tell you to use his principles. He tells you, hey, here are my principles, go create your own principles. And when it comes to those principles, they should be non-negotiable, right? When it comes to, for example, me personally, I actually have about 45 principles, okay? I have 45 principles in my book written, and those principles, I don't break them, and neither someone around me should break them, right? These principles, for example, include, okay, above everything, business. Why? Because I know that business is going to take care of my family, it's going to take care of me, right? Above everything, business. But before business, there's another principle, which is faith, okay? Above everything should be my faith, okay? My 5 daily prayers, non-negotiable. They got to be on time, okay? Another thing, me reading my adhkar, okay? My morning and evening prayers, that's non-negotiable. It's got to be done, okay? Another thing is me writing down and tracking things on my planner is non-negotiable, right? I can tell you, right? Today is Sunday, I have it written down. Every single thing that I'm doing today was written yesterday. Every single thing that I've done yesterday was written the day before. Every single thing that I've done on Friday was written on Thursday, right? That was Thursday. Then you can see Thursday, that you can see that was Friday. Then you can see Thursday here. Then you can see Wednesday here. Then you can see Tuesday here. Then you can see Monday here, right? Then you can see Sunday last week again. Then you can see, Saturday. Then you can see Friday. That is how I tracked for the last couple of months, right? Every single thing has to be tracked, right? I journal every single day, okay? I write down my goals every single day, okay? Working on me. I spend 6 hours on personal development a day, non-negotiable, okay? 3 hours has to be an audio, okay? An hour has to be a video or a documentary, okay? 2 hours, or in some cases 3 hours, has to be reading, right? That's what allowed me to read nearly 30 books last year, okay? That's what's going to allow me this year to read 54 books. Why? The average CEO reads 50 books plus a year. That's 1 book a week. 1 book a week. The average people don't read 1 a year. Average CEO does that once a week, right? So it's nice. Everybody talks about, oh, this person makes millions. Yeah, but what are they doing, right? It's more 80% psychological, what's in your head, than 20% mechanics, right? So it all goes back to principles. One of my principles is, okay, I gotta post on my social media daily. It's a principle. Why? Because that's what I find fulfillment, sharing my message with the world. I made one of my goals, okay, to impact somehow positively the lives of over 1 billion people. How am I going to do that if I'm not posting daily? If I don't want to share my message with you, or if I am shy to share my message? People usually ask me, oh, Mohammed, how can I share my content on social media? How can I help people? And then they say, oh, what you just said now, post that. Oh no, but that person will see this really. So you're more concerned about that person's opinion than you sharing your message with the world. You see, 3 years ago, I forgot about other people's opinions. 3 years ago, right? Family, mother, everybody telling me, what's this rubbish you're posting on social media every day? It's rubbish for you. Somebody else tells me, Mohammed, your message impacted me yesterday. Brilliant. 10 negative comments, 1 positive comment, great. Now it's time to post another one. Do you see? Right? It's a principle. And I'm telling you, once you have principle, you're guaranteed success unless you die along the way. That's what me personally, right? In our company, we have a title, we have a position called senior vice president, right? That's when you've helped 6 people change the course of their life, right? 6 people. They completely are financially free, right? They completely transform their life, right? So I made it a principle. And I know I'm getting there. Why? Because the Imam that I told you, my mentor, right, the full-time Quran teacher, he's a senior vice. So the fact that I'm learning from someone that done it, that tells me, Mohammed, if I can do it, you can do it. Do you see? I don't need to know. I don't need to worry about what family. I need to know. I don't need to worry about what friends think. They let them think whatever they want. Why? Because in 5 to 10 years, they're not going to pay my bills. Does that make sense? That's my principle. Hey, Atta, my good friend, I will take your advice. I will take your recommendation. I will take whatever you tell me. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. Are you going to pay for my bills 5 to 10 years from today? If the answer is no, man, I should not be listening to you. Do you see? Right? If it's anything to do with finances, right? When it comes to my health, I'm listening to people that are doing really well health-wise. When it comes to my faith, you listen to people that are doing really well. And it's crazy because we live in a world now where the single people will tell you about, they'll try to give you marriage advices. The broke people will give you financial advices. The skinny people will teach you about health, right? So, and the people that don't do personal development will teach you about what books to read, really, right? So you gotta have principles, and your principle is what will hold you back every single time. There are things that sometimes for my benefit I can do, but one of my principles is integrity, right? Integrity, honesty, hard work, and never forgetting where I come from, right? When it comes to business, those 4 words stand up for me, right? Integrity, honesty, hard work, and never forgetting where I come from. These are my principles. If I see a situation where I'm going to benefit financially and you're not, man, that's a painful deal for me, and I'm not going to do that type of deal. That's a principle. So yeah, principles, discipline, and it's crazy you mentioned discipline, because a lot of people they think the word discipline is such a bad word. It's like, oh, what kid misbehaved? Yeah, let me discipline him. Let me whip his ass. Right? They make the word discipline look so bad, but the sad reality is, okay, the word discipline should not be seen that way. It's like, I just went to a jog, right? I went for that jog because I care about my body. It's self-love. Do you see? Right? I'm reading the book, right? 2-3 hours a day, okay, different books. Why? It's self-love. Right? I love myself so much and my growth so much that I'm obsessed with it, that if I do 1 hour reading, I feel uncomfortable to talk to other people. Why? Because what am I going to talk to you about today? What I talked to you about yesterday? No, I need to be able to talk to you about something new. It's either you're teaching me something or I'm teaching you something. It's either you're influencing me or I'm influencing you. It's either social media, what other people are putting out there is influencing you, or you're influencing other people. It's either you're consuming or you're producing. You see, when it comes to that, I need to grow. Right? I need to say to myself, hey man, so for example, one of the things that I do is I connect with about 50 to 100 people a day. In some cases, 200 to 300 a day. Right? The reason I do that is exposure. I want to expose the brand Mohammed, okay, the individual Mohammed, to as many people as possible. Why? The end goal is 1 billion people. How can we positively touch 1 billion people? And you don't need to count it. You will know when you've touched 1 billion people. When your message is so wide that people talk about your message, your impact, that's when you've done it. Now, we're very far from this. So discipline, principles, they go hand in hand. You gotta love yourself so much that you have certain principles that if some people violate those principles, sorry, we can't chill. I love you, you're a good friend of mine, but I learned how to love from distance. If I'm reading, if I'm growing 6 hours a day, and I advise you to grow 1 hour a day, and you say no, come on, DC. 1 hour a day, you have 24 hours. You sleep, say you want to be healthy, you said 8 hours. All right, you go to work for 8 hours, that's 16 hours. What about the other 8 hours now? Family time, 4 hours. What about the other 4 hours? Do you see? What are you doing with these? Oh, I like Fortnite, 1 hour. What about the other 3 hours? I love my social media, another hour. What about the next 2 hours? Man, some friends, another hour. Okay, you still got 1 hour? Do you see? There's no such thing as, oh, I don't have time. It's just life of prioritizing. So that's, yeah, man. That's that for that, bro. I love talking about these topics, man. I love them. It's a passion, man. It's an obsession.
Wow. So you mentioned you work as a networker, right? Network manager, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. And
that's right.
Tell us a little bit about your work. You know, like what do you do?
So with my work, right? I'm partnered with a company. Okay, I'm partnered with a company, and this company has been around for the last 28 years. Okay, they've been around for the last 28 years, long before I was born, long before you were born. Okay, they were doing business. Okay, and it's run by 4 individuals. Last 5 years, they've done £4 billion in sales. Not a million, £4 billion. Okay, $4 billion in sales. Okay, they already have millions of customers, and they currently operate in 27 countries. Okay, India is not one of them yet. Okay, but don't worry, I'll keep you updated when it comes to India, because we're really excited about the launch of India. It's not in China yet, it's not in India yet, it's not even in Africa yet. So I'm really fired up about this thing, right? Because first I thought, hey, I must be too late, but I really am not, right? And the company, what they do, okay, is they provide essential services. Okay, and in business there are business trends and there are business needs. Okay, a long-term business can only be built on needs, right? You can't be a long-term business on trend. Oh, this comes 6 months later, it's gone, nobody's buying. See, it wasn't a need, it was a trend, right? A need, for example, is, Atta, how long have you been using your phone for?
Wow, for a while. I mean, like it's been a long time. Like,
okay, there you go. There you go. How many years are you going to continue using a phone for? Until you're dead. Right? Is that a business trend or a need?
Like using a phone?
Yeah, it's a need, right? It's a necessity.
Yeah,
you need it. Okay, that's one. Okay, we are in the telecom business. Okay, another thing, for example, is what about internet? Would you agree with me? Everybody uses internet.
That's how we are talking, right?
Exactly. Another thing is energy. Okay, you know what do we charge our phones with? Energy, right? Gas and electric. What do we charge our laptops with? Energy. What do we plug our fridge to? Energy. Right? Do you think there's anybody in the world that lives without energy right now? Unless you live in a cave.
No one.
Right? So then this company, so what we do, okay, is, for example, tell me a famous phone provider in India right now.
Redmi.
Say that again?
Redmi.
Redmi. Okay, Redmi. Tell me another one.
Okay. Do you know Geo, Tata?
No, I haven't heard of Geo. But let's say Redmi and Geo, okay? Say you are with Geo right now. For example, say if you're with
Oh,
Geo, okay?
actually, Redmi is a brand. Redmi is a brand of phones. It's like Geo and Vodafone actually. Geo and Vodafone.
Okay,
So
Geo
basically,
and Vodafone. Actually, it's funny because in Germany we are partnered up with Vodafone. Okay, we do business with Vodafone. Okay, so for example, if you're with another provider, okay, and I tell you, hey Atta bro, I want to refer you, okay, to Vodafone so that you can get a better service, or I will get you a cheaper service, better value or cheaper service. Would you be interested? Of course, yes.
obvious.
Yeah. Then what I will do is I don't open a shop in India. I will have a website which is connected to Vodafone. I'll send that to you on WhatsApp. Now you place your order of Vodafone on the website. Guess what? Vodafone gets all your stuff for you. I don't do nothing else. I get paid for that work. Okay. And we get paid 4 different ways. Okay. We don't get paid one way. We get paid 4 different ways. Okay. The first way we get paid, okay, it's basically you get a customer, you get paid up front. Imagine you get a customer, you get paid up front. Okay. Every 5 customers is like $100 or $200. $200 for 5 customers. You speak to 5 people today, you make $200.
Wow.
5 people order a phone that they need, $200 for you. Okay. Not only that, now the second way we make money when those people pay their bill. Would you agree with me? How many times do you pay your bill? Every month or one time?
Every month.
When you pay your bill every month, you don't pay it to me. You pay it to Vodafone, right?
Yeah.
I get commission of your bill every month.
Wow.
So imagine I go you as a customer. I've got my other friends. Like if I have 100 people in India as my customers, I'll be making commission on every single one of those 100 people, month after month, year after year.
Wow. So first initially through the customers coming in.
Then every month, monthly commissions. Okay. Now another third way we make money is someone like you. If I it's an opportunity, but this is an opportunity. Okay. If I share this with you, you can do this in India too. But the company is not there yet. So when it comes, keep watching my statuses. When it comes, I'll keep you updated, right? It's probably going to be in the next couple of months or year or so, right? So if I share this with you and you get customers in India, you're going to get paid for getting those customers, and you're going to get paid every month of those customers. But because I referred you, now I'm going to get paid on the customers that you got.
Wow.
I don't need to get the customer. I educate you, I train you, I coach you, I mentor you, and teach you what I've been doing for the last 3 years. I've been doing this for the last 3 years. Okay? And I teach you, okay, everything that I know so that you can go out there and create a business that pays you. If your goal is to make $1,000 every month, you can do that. If you want to make $5,000 a month, you can do that. Because I know people that are doing that. If you want to make $10,000 a month, you can do that. And if you want to make $100,000 a month, you can do that. Okay, so it's really exciting. I've been part of it for 3 years now. That's what I do. So for me, I'm always about helping people. Hey, who can I help when it comes to changing their mindset? Who can I help when it comes to them, coaching them? Who can I help when it comes to mentoring them? It can be them. They could be part of my business or not. It doesn't matter to me, so long as we have the end goal of impacting 1 billion lives. Right? So we're really excited. Okay, really excited. And actually, in 2 minutes, I have to get on another call with someone in Norway. Okay, I've got an individual that I'm working with in the business because remember I told you we're in 27 countries. I've been able to expand to a handful of those countries, and Norway happens to be one of them. So I'm going to get on a call with someone right now so that we can coach them, train them, and guide them so that they can build a big global business in Norway as well as other countries. So
we're back, and Mohammed, last time we talked about principles and basically what the mindset side of things, and now on this moment in the podcast, I want you to talk a little bit about money. You talk about money, and at the same time, you talk about spirituality. And what's your philosophy on money and spirituality? Because sometimes people, they talk about money, they shy away from spirituality, and vice versa. So just tell me what's going on inside your mind.
I mean that's a question that honestly, it's a question that I constantly think about. It's a question that a lot of people ask me, because I'm in business, right? And when you're in business, People just think, oh, you're in business just to make money, right? That's people's philosophies. That's how, that's how people look at it. But first of all, I want to thank you. Before we dive into the information, I want to thank you for having me again on your podcast as a second, second part of our incredible, time that we're going to be having together. So I want to give you credit for that, and thank you for having me, first of all. And second of all, me personally, over the last 2 years, brother, I've actually been, there are 5 things, okay, that mean the most to me, okay, and those 5 things, I put them, okay, in the exact chronological order that I'm about to tell you right now, okay. So the first thing for me is faith, okay, it's faith, okay. Before family, before friends, before business, before money, before relation, before everything comes faith for me, okay. And the reason being, brother, is my family are not going to go to the grave with me. My money is not going to go to the grave with me. My business is not going to go to the grave with me. My customers are not going to go to the grave with me. My best friends are not going to go to the grave with me. My business associates are not coming with me. What's going with me into my grave, to the hereafter? It's my deeds. It's my faith. It's what I've been able to do whilst I was alive, right? So faith, okay, even some people that might watch your podcast might say, oh, I'm not religious, so faith really doesn't matter to me. But here's the thing, okay? Every single thing that we do includes faith somehow. You get married today, right? You don't have a kid tomorrow. You wait for that blessing for 9 months. Am I right? Those 9 months, you see, after 3-4 months, you might see, your missus' stomach is pregnant. But before that, you see nothing. You're having hope on faith. You don't really see anything, but you're just thinking, oh God, right? It's crazy because I have some people that I've came across once that were saying, hey, I'm atheist, but when it's Friday, some of them say, thank God it's Friday. Really? But you don't believe in God, right? And it's funny because even in most situations, even for example when you watch movies and when you see people come across situations where, for example, they're in the air in a plane, and all of a sudden, the plane trembles a little bit, or things are not looking great in the air. Everybody says, "Oh my God!" And some of these people don't believe in God, right? So faith, okay, faith is actually, if you look at even the definition of faith, okay, it's the ability, okay, to trust something with or without evidence. That is faith, right? And I'm telling you, why do I believe that I'm gonna become successful? Why do I believe that whatever amount of money that I'm making right now, in the next 5 to 10 years, I'll be making 1,000x more? Why do I believe that? It's faith. I have faith in God. I have faith in my environment. I have faith in me, right? And those 3 faiths are so crucial. You forget one, you forget your future. You forget your environment faith, you forget you. You forget you forget your future, right? You forget God, you forget everything, right? So everything for me is about faith, first of all, okay? And my priority when it comes to my faith, the way I prioritize things is I make sure that every single day, okay, part of my to-do list is pray my 5 daily prayers on time, okay? A part of my to-do list is read my morning and evening adhkar, read Quran 10-15 minutes, okay? These are things that you got to take care of the spiritual side of things. People like Napoleon Hill, Dale Carnegie, they all said, even those guys at some point didn't believe in God, but guess what they said? They said, okay, there is infinite intelligence out there. They knew there was some force out there. They knew that the world is going to give you what you ask for, right? There's no way you can tell me, oh, all of this happened from a big bang or bang, whatever you want to call it. No way, right? How can you and I be talking to each other right now, okay, when you could be talking to someone else? It's all written. It's all written. Okay, so the first thing I prioritize in my life is faith. And everybody around me, hey, if that's not what you want to prioritize, we can't show together, right? I love you, right? I love you. I respect you. I trust you. But if faith is not the priority in your life, no way, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, okay, and I call this the 5 Fs, okay. And everybody, listen to this podcast. I want you, okay, me personally, when one of my mentors shared this with me as 5 Fs, it's easy to remember. 5 Fs, right? It's all F, okay. So the first thing is faith, okay. That's the first one, okay. Comes above everybody else, everything else. Second one, okay, is your fitness, okay. It's your health, okay. It's your body, right? If you don't take care of that, you're losing a big game. Right? No point having $1 billion in a bank account and you're sleeping on a bed. You can't move a finger, right? Or no point having so much money that you literally don't have the health to spend that money, right? Or to have impact on that money. You can't if you have no health, right? And one of my mentors, in fact, this individual is a multi-millionaire, okay? And he said to me, Mohammed, the real wealth is health. Imagine he's a multi-millionaire, and he's telling me the real wealth is health. Why? Because he saw that, within our business, right, within our profession, right? Because in his third or fourth year, he was a millionaire, right? So my philosophy was, how can I do this thing? Okay, because it's numbers, our business, right? It's all numbers. So my philosophy was, how can I do these numbers as quick as possible? Forget sleep, forget rest, forget exercise, forget food, forget everything. Just go as fast as possible. That was my philosophy. Until he sat down with me and he said, Mohammed, you're doing it the wrong way. He said, you have to prioritize your health as much as the business. You see, he had to tell me, hey, son, you're doing it the wrong way. You have to realize that the real wealth is health. Well, he's in his 40s now. Okay, he's in his 40s. Okay, and he was telling me this. He said to me, Mohammed, if you keep doing what you're doing, by the time you're 30 or 40, you're gonna see your body shaking. He said you're gonna be in a very bad situation. So the first thing is faith. Second thing is fitness. Okay, it's health. Third thing, okay, is your family. Okay, is your family, is the people around you, right? Because you don't want to you don't want to be so successful. You have so much money that even if you spend every single day as much as you can, as much as you want, you still want to run out of it. Imagine if you have no people around you. That's miserable. That's miserable. Okay. And I have a principle right now. Okay. So in our business, there's a position called regional vice president. Okay. That's when you're financially free and money is not an issue in your life anymore. Okay. My family, I love them. Okay. I love them. Right. And the reason I'm doing the business is for them. Right. But I learned something called limited association. Right. My entire family, we cannot spend more than 2 hours together. We can't. Why? I have a target. I have a focus. Once that is done, however, guess what? We can spend every day, every minute, every hour of the day together. Do you see? Right? But that takes some level of discipline. Right? So the first is faith. Okay. Second is your fitness. Third is your family. Okay. Fourth is your fulfillment. What makes you happy? Okay. At the end of the day, this is how I look at it. Okay. I'm not interested in knowing what makes my uncle happy. I'm not interested in knowing what makes my dad happy. Okay. I will do the obligations, the necessary obligations, right? Take care of your family. But for you to understand this, okay, I'll take you to what happened to me in my life, for example. So in the UK, there's this thing called GCSE, okay? And after GCSEs, that's when basically you're shaping your future. That's where you're going to basically, right? And my family, they want to be into the medicine world, medical field, right? In life, in studies, you either go to medicine route or you go to business route, right? So me personally, though, I had a business at that time, though I was just getting started, and that's the industry I wanted to go to, because being a doctor is great, but who's really changing the world? It's not the doctors. Doctors are not changing the world, okay? It's business owners, it's entrepreneurs that are changing the world, right? And sometimes people, kind of debate and say, oh, what really, doctors are this. Okay, where's the money that the doctors getting paid a year? Where's that coming from? It's coming from the taxes of business owners, right? So me personally, the way I looked at life was, hey, instead of getting paid somebody's taxes, how about I let somebody get paid my taxes? Right? If you want to be a doctor, feel free, but your impact is limited. You can do 1 or 2 surgeries a day. Okay? But if you're an entrepreneur and you're a successful entrepreneur, you can go and feed 100 people in Africa today. And you can feed another 100 in Asia tomorrow. And you can feed another 100 on Saturday in South America. Do you see? Your impact is not limited. Why? Because now you have the resources. And what runs the world? Let's be honest, it's money. Money runs the world. Okay? Money is power. Okay? There's 2 types of wealth, right? There's the moral wealth, you being by your head and your heart, genuinely incredible individual where you want to impact the world, where if you see some rubbish on the street, you move that rubbish out of the way. If you see a cat that is thirsty, you give that cat some water. You go to the mosque, you volunteer at the mosque. All of that is incredible, but it's limited. It's limited to your environment. It's limited to your city. Maybe if you're big enough, it's limited to your country. right? But the second type of wealth is monetary wealth. Okay, that's when your abundance in money. Okay, when money is not an issue in your life. Okay, but don't get me wrong, money is not everything, but it's an incredible feeling not to have to worry about it. Like you hear, oh, like I'm from Somalia, right? I hear my dad is sick in Somalia. If I'm financially independent, if I'm financially free, if money is not an issue in my life, I can take a private plane today and go to Somalia tomorrow, right? If I'm not, guess what? I can't leave the UK right now. I can't. Borders closed. Nobody can fly to Somalia. Somalia is a red zone right now. I can't go there. Do you see? There's no commercial. There's no plane that's taking a whole bunch of people that's flying there. But if you have the capital, guess what? You can go there, right? And it's, in fact, I'll share a situation with you, right? I've been playing football for a very long time, just over 10 years ago, something like that, right? And one of my coaches, may Allah be pleased with him, right? He passed away, okay? But before, he passed away because of cancer. But before he passed away, he had a pancreatic cancer or things like that, right? But before he passed away, what happened with him was he's from Algeria and he wanted to make a wish. He wanted to make a wish. And his last wish was he hasn't seen his mother for a long time, and his mother is in Algeria. He's in the UK. This is just a couple of months ago. Okay, may Allah be pleased with him, and grant him Jannatul Firdaus as well. Right? He said, my wish is to go to Algeria and see my mother. Unfortunately, he wasn't financially free. He didn't have the capability. So people had to collect charity money so that they can send him to Algeria so that he can see. He saw his mother for about 4 or 5 days, and then he passed away. Right? But imagine in that type of situation if you were financially free. Like no plane was flying there, they have to get him a private jet, just him, to take him to Algeria. Imagine a situation like that if you were financially free, if you had financial abundance. Instead of now spending 4 or 5 days with his mother, he could have went 4 or 5 months earlier. Oh, borders are closed. No, borders are closed. No problem. I'll pay 50 grand to go to Algeria. Normal flights are 1,000. Do you see? When you have financial independence, right? Oh, for example, right now I'm in the UK. I'm in London. My uncle's sick in Somalia. If I'm working in a job, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being a job. If you starting point is great, but staying there is not great. Okay. Imagine if my uncle's sick, I have to ask my manager, hey, can I go see my uncle who's on his deathbed? Do you see? If my manager says no, I can't go because otherwise I'm losing my job. I can't go. Imagine somebody, okay, is telling me, well, I can go see my uncle who's about to die. Really? Before there was something called slavery with shackles, right? You had shackles of bracelets on your neck and on your hands, right? When you were an actual slave 400 or 500 years ago, even about 100 years ago. But today there's something called modern day slavery, right? Hey, your lunchtime is 12 o'clock. How do you know I'm hungry at 12 o'clock? How do you know? Maybe my shift started at 10 a.m. Maybe my shift started at 10 a.m. I left my house at 9 a.m. I had a breakfast. How do you know I'm hungry in 2-3 hours? How do you know? Oh no, this is your lunchtime. Go have lunch. Really? Hey, come in at 7 a.m. You come at 7:30. You're late. You might lose your job. Boss tells you XYZ is sick. You know what? For the next 2 weeks, you do their job and your job. You can't say anything. Right? Money's not everything, but it's an incredible feeling never to have to worry about money. So the first thing for me, I worry about every day is every day, every hour, every minute of the day. I'm worried about my faith. I'm worried about my fitness, which is my health. I'm worried about my family. Okay. I'm worried about my fulfillment. What is it that I want to do? What is it that moves me? What is it that gets me excited? What is it that gets me fired up every morning at 7 a.m.? Every morning. I'm not talking about being excited on the Friday or Saturday or Sunday. I'm talking about being excited on Mondays. I'm talking about being excited on January, the exact same way people, I'm talking about being excited in December, the exact same way that people are excited on January. Why? Everybody's now all of a sudden writing New Year resolution. December and November, they were chilling. Now, oh, it's a new year, man, 2020. Okay, 2021, did you change anything? Did your health change? Did your faith change? Did your family relationships change? Did your level of happiness change? Did your level of gratitude and appreciation change? Right? Oh no, nothing changed. Okay, what 2020? Okay, 2021. New Year resolution, January. Do you know 80% of New Year resolutions are forgotten about by the second week of the month? 80%, right? Do you know the
That's a
things that
huge,
one of the things, go ahead.
that's a huge number, like 80% meaning like if there were like 100 people, right? So 80 people just forgot their New Year's resolution after 2 weeks. That's insane.
It's gone. It's gone. I mean, it's shocking. You know me, every day I have a challenge of reviewing my goals. Okay, I write down my goals every day. Okay, I'm writing down my goals every day, and in fact, the things that I'm sharing with you right now, right? Because I genuinely believe in this. Okay, some people they just talk, and some people they walk the talk. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you today. Okay, I'm gonna share with you today. Okay, these five things that I'm telling you. Okay, when it comes to my goals, I write my goals every day. Okay, and I write all of the five things, and also alongside that, I write two extra. So I have 7 goals. Okay, that have sub goals within them. Okay, so here, for example, let me flip my camera. Okay, let me flip my camera. You see that 7 goals, right? What's the first one there? Faith,
Eight. Yep.
right? What's right next to it? You can see business, right?
Yeah.
What's right under it? You can see family, right?
Um,
What's after that? You can see
Personal development, finance, fitness,
fitness,
personal
personal
development.
development, right? Social media, right? And the seventh one is fulfillment, right? And then I
Mm.
journal. I journal my thoughts every single day. Okay, journaling my thoughts every single day, right? If you're doing this, right? If you know what you need in your life, and you're writing down every day, and they must include those 5 things. You can have extra things, but the faith, fitness, family, fulfillment, and finances. Okay, finances. Okay, money. I put it lost. Okay, I put it lost because your impact is gonna bring the money, right? It's like people, if you're chasing the money, it's like you chasing a cat. You will never catch it. You can try as bad as you want, as hard as you want. You ain't never catching it. But how about you hold a piece of meat now? Who's gonna chase who? Is the cat gonna chase you, or are you gonna be having to chase the cat? Right? That's the thing with a lot of people, right? Of course, with our faith and people how they have this belief of, oh yeah, money's not everything. Okay, hold on a minute. If I want to contribute to the mosque, I need money. My neighboring mosque, which is four doors away from my house, I want to contribute Friday. I need money. Oh, we want to work on bits of the mosque. You can of course, yeah, make the dua, right? But you in your head you can want it as much as you want. Oh man. But monetary wise, you can have a major impact if you have money in your life, right? Oh, I want to clothe myself. Of course, nobody wants to be naked. I want to clothe myself. I need money. I want to drive somewhere. I need money. I want to fly to another country for business. I need money. I want to study. I need money. I want to open up a shop. I need money. I want to feed my family. I need money. You need money in everything. The moment if you want to leave your house, you need money. If you want to stay in your house, you need money. For your bills, you need money. Right? Everybody wants to go get a job. Okay, wants to go get a job. Okay, in order to take care of themselves. No problem. Starting point wise, absolutely incredible. But here's the thing: successful people look for network, right? Not successful people forget the net, and guess what they look for? They look for work. Simple as that. One's looking for network, one's looking for work, right? In my business, why am I in the networking industry? Because successful people build networks. Look at Bill Gates through Microsoft, build networks. Look at Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, build networks. Look at Larry Page, Snap, build networks. Look at Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, PayPal, building networks. Then our parents want to tell us, yeah, no, forget about these guys. Go build a work. Really? Anyways, that's not for me. What's your next
Uh,
question?
yeah, we are going off our tangent. Anyways, since we are approaching the ending time, this is the part of the podcast where we talk about perspective to keep life in perspective. So this is the perspective questions. So the first question is, what is that one thing the pandemic has taught you?
The pandemic.
Yeah.
Be solution oriented.
Amazing. So the next question is, if you could meet three people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Three people that are alive right now.
Yeah. Three people, dead or alive, who would they be and why? If
Okay,
you could meet
first, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I would love to meet that. Okay, I would love to, right? And I'll tell you why. Okay, an individual called J. Hart wrote a book about 100 most influential people ever. The guy, he's Christian. Okay, he put Jesus second. Guess who he put first? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I think about that for a second, right? This individual is the most beloved individual on the earth right now. Is the individual that his name is carried the most, right? Last time I checked was about 400 million people. Really, 400 million people carrying one individual's name, right? This individual passed away 1,400 years ago, and guess what? People speak of him every day. 2 billion people speak of him daily, 5 times in their prayers. Don't get me wrong, all the other incredible, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, right? Alexander the Great, right? Mother Teresa, all these guys had an incredible impact on the world. But tell me, who speaks about them 5 days, 5 hours, 5 times a day? Forget 5 times. Who speaks of them every week? Like who has in the calendar every week? I'm gonna speak about Nelson Mandela. Who? Tell me one, please. Nobody. But I'll bet you, people have in their calendar every day. I'll speak about this individual 5 times. Right? I wish blessings on this person 5 times. Though we've never met this individual. This individual used to stand hours crying for us on a day-to-day basis. Right? So that's the first individual I would love to meet. Okay? And inshallah, we will all get the opportunity to meet him in Jannatul Firdaus. Right? So that's the first individual. Okay? Next person, okay, for me, I would love to meet, okay, John D. Rockefeller. Okay, this individual, what he's been able to do is just mind-blowing, right? Usually there's a saying, okay, generational wealth only stays in 3 to 4 generations. Whatever you do, brother Atal, whatever you do, no matter how successful you become, you're gonna die. Am I right? You're gonna die. You're gonna leave it all behind. Your kids or your family members are gonna take it. And guess what? They are also gonna die, and they're gonna pass whatever. Here's the thing: if you're lucky, whatever you built will stay with your kids. If not, if you're even more lucky, it will go to their kids. If you're even more lucky, it will go to their kids. It's very rare to find 4 generations of wealth right now in 2021. Look at the Rockefeller family. Over 10 generations. Over 10 generations. John D. Rockefeller started it. And then it went and went and went. His great grandchildren are running the business. Right? So it's an individual like that. I would love to meet how he's been able to instill, okay, belief in his people. Right? That they can do it, that they can keep going all the way down, right? Next person is, an individual called Nelson Mandela. This individual, this guy inspires me heavily. He inspires me heavily. And why am I saying that? Imagine 27 years in prison. 27 years in prison. We're in a pandemic for 2 years and we think it's the end of the world. We're told, stay at home with your loved ones. He's been told, stay in this cell.
For 27 years.
For 27 years. He was beaten, he was tortured. For what? For his belief that a white man and a black man should be able to walk on the same road. That a white man and a black man should be able to drink from the same cafeteria. That a white man and a black man can rent a house in the same neighborhood. That's what he was tortured for. Right? That's why I constantly tell people, hey, go educate yourself on your heritage. Nobody can tell me, oh, racism isn't bad. You come to me saying racism doesn't exist, you will go saying, you know what? Shall we go and do some Black Lives Matters march tomorrow? I would change your perspective on things. Why? Because if your great grandparents haven't seen it, you're never gonna understand what's going on, right? Yeah, my family, right? My country was colonized by 3 different countries: Britain, France, Italy, right? No other African country has been colonized by 3 different countries. No other African country. Do you see? Right? So it's all perspective, you know. So the first individual I would love to meet is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Next is John D. Rockefeller. Next is Nelson Mandela. But before, you know, the list goes on and on. But yeah, those 3 individuals, I would love to meet them.
Amazing, amazing. So, Mohammed, where is the best place people can come in contact with you and connect with you?
Absolutely. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Snapchat, I'm on my Facebook, I'm on YouTube. Okay, first of all, go and you know, check out my YouTube channel, Mindset Mohammed. Okay, spelled as MINDSET space Mohammed, MOHAMMED. Okay, where we upload content. Okay, either in some cases every day, or in some cases every day, every 2-3 days. Okay, so that is my YouTube channel. Okay, then on Instagram, okay, Mindset Mohammed. Again, same thing, MINDSET Mohammed, MOHAMMED. That's second, you know, platform that you can connect with, you know, with me. Third is my Facebook. Okay, Facebook is not Mindset Mohammed. It's different. It's Moha Abdul Nasser, MA. That is MOHA space ABDINASIR. Okay, space MA. Okay, that is there. And of course, you know, you can see my blogs. When you go to my Instagram, okay, Mindset Mohammed, you'll see on my link tree. Okay, on my link tree, a lot of my links are there. Okay, so that is that. People can connect, you know, with me there, and I'm really happy, you know, to have a chat with everybody. You know, see what is that I can help them with. Hey, how can I impact their life in any way? So I really appreciate, you know, you actually inviting me here, because you said, hey, you know, I want to be part of the journey of impacting 1 billion lives. Really excited for that, and really looking forward to that. And when our company comes to India, man, I'm really looking forward to even coming there personally, so that we can build together, so that we can work together, and honestly change, you know, the lives, the trajectory of a lot of people. So that's that.
So, people listening and watching, this brings us to the end of the interview. I hope you guys learned something, because I definitely did. And you guys know what to do. Keep taking action, stay blessed, and we will see you in the next one.